Hey guys, what's up? Caleb here. Love ya. And I thought I'd make this video because a lot of people don't really want to talk about it. Yeah, I guess that's it. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. And, you know, not being the tallest person in the world to ever exist is not horrible. There's way worse, way bigger problems. But it is something that, at least in American society, I don't know if, at least for being a man, I don't know if people will ever get sympathy for it. And it's one of those things like, as much as there's a progressive society and people are trying to not make people feel bad and ridicule and things, there are some groups that people continue to ridicule, and maybe even more so now than before, and have no sympathy for, or some issues or whatever. You know, if you're a big fat woman, people will go on your side and sympathize with you and say that your body is fine no matter how it is. But if you're a guy who's not real tall, you're going to be made fun of, and no one's really going to stand up for you. You know, very small amount of people. And people won't really care if it's affecting you negatively, emotionally, or mentally. And I think it's because it's a man issue, and at least American culture doesn't care about men and likes to see men put down. It's this weird thing where if you talk about limb lengthening surgery, people criticize and say, why would you want to do that, or that's crazy, or make fun of you. At the same time, if you stay as you are, not very tall, you will be criticized and people make fun of you. So you're put in a no-win situation. So you might as well just do what you want. Anyway, so I've been thinking about this, and I don't have much of a problem with my height. I think I'm okay. I'm about average height for men in like Asian countries, but my ethnic background is mostly like Scandinavian, German, and so amongst my group or peers, certainly not in the upper echelon of the tallest people. So it stands out a lot, and you know, America, a lot of European descent people, and I think the average height for a guy is like 5'10" or 5'11" or something. It's you know, it's noticeable if you are not super tall. So I've been thinking about this surgery, and I keep getting kind of pushed off of it because I hear bad things. You know, danger, and that you're not going to be as strong, you're going to be weak, and also it can take a year to heal completely, and you might be in day-to-day, you might be on site, living in a place for up to 3 months. The cost is extremely high. In America, I know it can be $100,000. And I'm one for saving money, but if it comes to something as extreme as this, I would want to go with the best and the one who's going to give me the best possibility to not to perform as well as I can post-surgery if I am to do the surgery. I love being athletic, and I was extremely athletic when I was younger, and I'm still fairly athletic, and I just really enjoy being able to move around. So that's pretty much what would hold me back, if anything. you know, I can't do it right now. I don't have the money for it, but if I did, I would, yeah. If they told me that I was in the high risk category for, you know, not being able to walk or being very weakened, I definitely wouldn't get the surgery. But I think it's something that people should talk about more because it's something that's doable now. And I hope it gets much better. If I do choose to do it, I hope by the time I get around to it, the healing is better. You can get maybe to 100% or even better. I don't know. And that it's cheaper and then the recovery rate is faster. I hope all those things happen. But, you know, people are very adverse to change. Some people are very adverse to change. Some people are like, oh, why shouldn't you do that? You know, you should fix yourself internally. And I'm okay. I don't have a problem with it. But I think especially for my wife, you know, if she found me more attractive, I would be happy. And I know she does find me attractive, but just to, I like to please my wife, and I like, you know, it's sometimes just helpful getting things from a higher place if you're a little taller. You know, it's not anything that's gonna make me go from 10x my life. I have a good life, thank God. But it's something that I'm definitely thinking about, and yeah, just thought I'd talk about this. So I'm guessing if you listen to this long, you already have an idea about limb lengthening, but if not, it's basically, it sounds extreme, but cutting the bones, the femur and or the tibia and give it a few inches. I believe right now you can't go safely much more than like, I think the most I heard was like 6 inches, which is significant. But I think even that is a little bit risky. I don't know all the details yet. I'm still looking into it. But yeah, it sounds crazy, especially when you first hear it. But when you think about it more, it sounds more reasonable. They actually do this. You know, some people naturally, they'll have like a growth issue. So they'll have one of the legs that is longer than the other, like significantly. And so that's been going on for a while that they've been doing this sort of surgery. But more recently, it's been getting more popular for just to increase height overall, even if your legs are around the same length. And actually, I do think my left leg is slightly longer than my right, which is fairly common. I think it's only like barely anything, like maybe a millimeter or two. It's like barely noticeable. But if they could make those equal, that'd be a great benefit also, I think. So, yeah, I just hope anybody in the process or thinking about it, they'll do it, understanding the risk, understanding themselves and what they want to get out of it, and hopefully you are already going into it with a healthy sense of self, and that if you were to stay as you are, you can be just as happy. And it should be, I think, just with any other plastic surgery or elective surgery, a personal thing that, you know what, I'm good where I am, but this is just something I would like. So, love out to everyone. Thanks for watching. If you would, comment. I'd be really curious to hear people's opinions. Again, it sounds crazy when you first hear about it, but the more you think about it, and you kind of realize it's not the craziest thing in the world. There are crazier surgeries, but yeah, and subscribe and like if you want. Appreciate it, and take care. Have a good one.